Hello friends. Now let me take you for a tour of my book Almira. These are my books. This is the collection of my books, and these are all course books. These books have not been bought for the pleasure of reading, so to say, but these were bought out of necessity, the necessity of studying for your degrees as well as for competitive examinations. But I loved buying these books, going through the syllabus and going through the book lists and then procuring your own books. Those were some fruitful moments in my life, and I'm happy with my collection. And let's dig in then. So the very first, the top shelf, here I have put this enframed certificate of gold medal obtained from Jamia Millia Islamia, because this is a rented apartment where we have moved only recently, and I'm very hesitant to actually fix nails on the walls. So out of no other option, I just put it here. And here is this silly thing made by me, because when we were about to actually stay together after marriage, me and my husband, I thought of making this, because sometimes some silly things crop up in my mind. And okay, these are some dictionaries, and these are previous year question papers of some competitive examinations which I set for. And here we have this okay, frame. Let me just remove it. Behind this I have these books. These are all books related to English and Assamese grammar. So here we have the grammar book. This one is the grammar book which I have been reading since my high school days. I have put these Assamese newspapers, old newspapers. Okay, so, and this one is the Rasana Bisitra, which is very popular among people who want to study Assamese grammar and essays. Then we have a book of synonyms and antonyms, some essay books, and then we have another grammar book, a book on idioms and phrases, etc. So this one is for English and Assamese grammar. The papers that we have in our state civil service examinations and the UPSC examination as well, the qualifying papers, right? Okay, now we move to the second shelf. This is my psychology book section, and all these books have been collected over my 3 years journey of BA Honors Psychology. And for Masters, I need not buy many books because most of the topics were already based on the BA level, only that we had to delve deeper, etc. We will go into that later. So here we have this guidance and counseling book. Here is this A.K. Singh's classic book on research methodology. I had put a cover on this book because I knew that this is going to be a very important book in my long journey as a psychology student and also as a psychology teacher. And then this statistics book I had bought after I had already bought this book by Henry E. Garrett, because I was finding it really difficult in my first year of BA to grasp statistics topics. So I had bought this book, and then I had bought this book because many had told me that this is easier to understand. And let me tell you honestly that this has been a rescue for me. This helped me a lot in understanding some topics, though there are 2 or 3 printing mistakes here and there. And this is always a a standard book. There is no denying the fact. But then, yeah, for weak students like me, when it comes to statistics and mathematical things, this has been really of great help. Then this was bought, I think, during my masters for understanding SPSS. I had bought it online, and I can't say enough because I have not read this enough to understand SPSS or the process involved. Then I have this, okay, this is a guidebook. Let me tell you, guidebooks are a no-no. Don't buy guidebooks for your subject particularly, okay? You will do better if you read your textbooks. Then here we have our developmental psychology book by Harlock, Elizabeth Harlock, and this is a really good book for developmental psychology. Then we have psychology by Cicerelli and Mayer, and this book does not belong to me. This is a book given to me by my student, and I have told her that I will give it back to her, but she is still insisting me to keep it with me. She will buy a new one, she is saying, but let me see. And then here I have this cognitive psychology book by Solso. This was bought during my masters because we had got this specialized, a separate paper on cognitive psychology. So we went for buying this book, me and one of my friends. Then here we have Shelley E. Taylor's Health Psychology. Then here, these are recent purchases, okay, for my PhD. To refer to certain things, I have bought this. I'll buy some more. This was a gift by one of our acquaintances from my hometown. Then Experiments in Psychology by Mohsen, SM Mohsen. This is a really very good book for anyone who is trying to teach experiments in class, the practical part of the subjects, for example, for general psychology and all. This is really a good book. This is very helpful. Then I have a guidebook for 12th CBSE. I had bought it only recently because when I was preparing for my UGC NET examination, I thought of going through my NCERT books, and I was a science student. I did not have psychology during my 11th and 12th. So I was actually curious to see what the NCERT books from 11th and 12th contain, and I have heard that they are really helpful, and honestly speaking, they are actually very helpful. One should actually start from the basics, and here we have this. That's why. And along with this too, I had also got this, a question and answer compilation based on 12th syllabus. Okay, so here we have this child development book, again by Harlock. Okay, and then this was again bought during my BA for the OB part, Organizational Behavior by Robbins. This is nice. And here we have Abnormal Psychology by Carson Butcher, Mineka Hooley. And this is one of my favorite books because yes, clinical psychology was my specialization, and I loved studying this book. Till date, I love to go through this book. Then again, another favorite book of mine, Social Psychology by Barron, Branscombe, Byrne and Bhardwaj. The examples given here are enormous and so very helpful to understand all the concepts from social psychology. I just love these two books. Then here I have three other books. This is Psychology from the Islamic Perspective. This one I had bought when I was writing a paper to present at Aligarh Muslim University for this Islamic psychology seminar, and I had bought this book to understand the topic a bit more. So I have not gone through this book very properly, but I do intend to read it someday. And then here we have a book on rural sociology. During my stint at one of the government colleges here in Assam, the college, they published a book, and an article written by me has been published in this book. Then we have this developmental psychology book by one of the Assamese writers, Dr. Mukul Saikia. This was actually my mom's during her B.Ed degree. She had bought this, and I took it from her after her course was completed because it is developmental psychology, after all psychology, and I need to have all the books pertaining to psychology in my collection. And here you can see some notebooks, okay, diaries and notebooks. I have this habit of making small notes, brief notes of any topic which I study, so that just before an exam it is helpful for me to go through them quickly, okay, because just before an examination you don't have the time, or it's actually impossible to go through the textbooks, the enormous textbooks that you have with you. So the important points, I like to compile them in my notebooks. One day I'll give you two I will take you through my notebooks, what's inside this. And I have been preparing this notebook since my BA days, okay. So yeah, there are some more in some other location, it seems. Then here in this part I have put my printout compilations. Here I have this paper 1 for UGC NET paper 1, this environmental book of high school level, and then here is this guidebook by Arihant, and then another compilation of my printouts based on paper 1, okay, UGC NET paper 1. And here, can you believe, friends, it was during my masters, okay, during my masters I was really enthusiastic about preparation for UPSC examination. And you know what, all these 3 compilations are based on psychology topics from the psychology paper for UPSC mains civil services examination, that is. So you can actually understand my level of enthusiasm. When I actually sat in front of my laptop, I went through the topics, I got those printouts, and then here are these 3 collections. And I really remember the day when my mom was with me in Delhi, and we were actually waiting for my compilations to come out, and we were shocked when I saw that the things in my pen drive turned out to be this huge compilation of printouts for my topics. But yeah, I have just given one reading. I am yet to actually sit properly with my preparation. I am really lazy. Here I have these compilations of printouts for my course over the years, so to say, BA and MA. Okay, so, and these 2 are recent after the updation of syllabus of UGC NET. For these new topics, I got these 2 new compilations for me, and these are all old compilations for my BA and MA level courses. And here this classic, the Bible of Psychology for me, Introduction to Psychology by Morgan, King, Weiss, Skopler. And there is this history of buying this book. I'll share with you people someday. This is my most favorite book. This is the very first book that I had bought for me when I finally decided to switch from science to arts and take up psychology as my field of study. And these are all random printouts and other compilations. This is my dissertation, MA dissertation copy. I think I should showcase this, right? It's been lying here quite neglected, it seems. Yeah, so all these are some other tidbits of materials, and the psychology portion ends here. Now I'll take you through this section. Oops. Okay, so one of the sections was locked, and I realized it only during the shooting of this video. That was an oops moment for me. Okay, let's continue. Now here I have the section which is actually based on the UPSC and my state civil services examination syllabus. So here we have a book on Indian culture. Then we have these history books pertaining to medieval India, modern India, Indian struggle for independence, geography of Assam, then history of Assam, then India after Gandhi, that is, then again we have ancient India. These are history books basically, and geography and history. Then here we have D.D. Basu's Introduction to the Constitution of India, a very prominent book. Then I have the Assam yearbook, and from this year you can say actually I am quite that is, I'm not a novice in this field, that I have been studying for civil service examinations since 2015, and it's 2021 now. Yeah. Then we have the science and technology book Spectrums. Here we have Assam Mini GK, Indian Polity Lakshmikant, again a very important book. Then Indian and World Geography. I have just given one complete reading of this book, though people need many readings. Again, my laziness comes in between. Indian and World Geography by Majid Hussain. He was a faculty at Jamia Millia Islamia. Then we have this Environment and Ecology, again by Hussain sir. And then we have Indian Economy by Datan Sundaram. important book. And here are the NCRTs, as you can see. Okay, this is the ethics, integrity and aptitude book. Then the NCRTs and some compilations, high school social science and general science textbooks collected from my cousins, younger cousins. Then here I have a book. This is a GK book. Here I have again Constitution of India. These are some old books which were lying in my home, back at my home, my father's, my mother's, so I got them here with me. Then this is an odd book here, actually, comparative education. I had bought it for my SLET preparation, with education as a related subject of psychology. Then I have this political science, because at one point of time I had actually changed my mind that I'll take, there were two optionals for state civil services examination, right? So one paper was psychology, and for the another one I thought of actually switching from sociology to political science, and that's why I had bought this. My mother actually bought this for me when she learned that I'm going to take a political science, but then later I changed my mind and I went ahead with sociology. Then again, here is this political science book. Here we have international relations. This is a history book, and governance and politics. These are some old books, okay, belonging to my parents. Here I have this UPSC development and developmental processes book, ethics, integrity and aptitude. These were all procured during my MA days, okay. I was really enthusiastic. I have told you already, on those online purchases. It was one of my favorite thing to do. Then here I have this history of the modern world, general studies for ACS main examination. This is a guidebook again, too costly guidebook, so to say. And here we have this international relations, then IS main general studies solved papers, sociology for ACS again, then from this again to this. Then I have this sociology book. This has been with me since my BA days itself, because sociology was one of my subsidiary subjects, and I love this book. And this book also has a history that one of my roommates during my HS days, okay, when I studied in a government college in Assam here for my HS science, my roommate was from the art stream. She was doing her BA honors in political science, and sociology was one of her subsidiary subjects, and I used to go through these books of hers, that is sociology, pol science, etc., and I really loved reading those instead of my physics, mathematics, biology, chemistry books, okay. So yeah, I was like that. Then here are some, again, as I have told you already, that I like making brief notes in diaries and notebooks. So here are some notebook collection of these materials, the random studies that I had done over the years. These are some previous year question papers and some notes again. And these two compilations are based on, again, during my MA days I had actually prepared this, got these printouts. These are based on UPSC mains general studies part 1, part 2, I actually named them. So this is my collection, and the only sad part is that, as you can see, my almirah is all set. That means I'm not studying much. This is the conclusion, and I hope God gives me the strength and zeal again to actually start with my preparation again. I don't know whether I'm too content with my life, or I'm actually lazing around or wasting my time away, but I am sure that I'm not that content, because there is always this sense of guilt lingering in my mind. So yeah, you people, please tell me how you liked this video. Give me your valuable feedbacks. I'll be waiting to check those, and thank you very much. I'll see you again in my next video. Bye bye.